Jake Paul guaranteeing that he's going to knock out Nate Diaz. And it's actually, dude, going to this fight is a lot more notable than people think because it's literally the worst possible way that you could go into a Nate Diaz fight. And I'll tell you exactly why. And then I want to talk so apparently the consensus per the interweb that I have found is that people who watch that sparring footage of Nate Diaz are all like, oh my God, he looks terrible, man. He looks terrible, man. It's like, what? Like, have you ever seen Nate Diaz fight? Did you think that there was going to be some huge difference between the style with which he throws punches in boxing versus when he throws punches in MMA? It's like, he looks exactly as you would expect him to look. And candidly, like I said on my other video, I think the sparring footage makes it way, way more likely that Nate Diaz is going to win, in my opinion. And we'll talk about it again in a second. And then I want to talk about this thing where Chael Sonnen called, I want to show you guys the clip of Chael on the Schmo, where he called Tyson Fury a scumbag, and he talked about that fight. And I think you listen, man, not necessarily the part about Tyson Fury, but he made some excellent points in this interview that I want to show you guys. And then we'll talk about it. So, oh yeah, I forgot I was chewing gum. Thank you for that, Jeff. Like that's how people talk in chat. I love that, dude. It's like, hey man, did you forget you have gum in your mouth? I'd be like, oh yeah. You know, people are like, gum? Really? Like, that's the internet, dude. You know what I mean? Like, if anybody's in the room with me, they'll be like, hey dude, you still have gum in your mouth. I'd be like, oh shit, my bad. On the interweb, they're all, gum? Really, bro? It's like, yeah, dude. In real life, if you talk to me like that as a stranger, I would spit my gum in your fucking eyeball. Just saying, guy. Anyway, so let's discuss. There was something else I wanted to talk about. I'm just kidding, Jeff. I wouldn't spit my gum in your eyeball because that's not how you would have said it in real life. I'm just saying, like, you know, talk nice, dude. There's just no reason to be a little prick or a big prick. I don't know. I have no idea. And then I want to talk to you guys about the fights last night, because this is one of those like super random. I was trying to think about this. Like, so I was at Dave. So, okay, check this story out actually really quick. So, oh, and by the way, if you guys don't mind liking this video, that would be incredible. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Although if you're new to the channel, my guess is probably not going to make it through the first minute of no sound. You know, they're all, oh, let me check this channel out. They're all, oh, this channel's awesome. So most likely they left. But, you know, everybody keeps sending me this thing about Izzy and the dog's tape. But, like, that story's from months ago. I don't know. I'll watch it towards after, you know, later. But anyway, yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. And then, so yeah, so real quick. So last night I didn't see the fights. And the reason for that is because I was taking Gabrielle out for her birthday. And on Wednesday, I was like, oh, let me see if I can get her let's see if I can get us tickets to the Comedy Mothership, you know, Rogan's comedy show, comedy club in Austin. And it's always sold out. One of the bouncers is one of my teammates, stud named Arash, who's he's a purple belt who just won double gold at the Austin Open yesterday. He won Worlds 2 years in a row at blue belt, but he's a black belt Olympian and judo, so it's kind of not exactly fair, but nonetheless, he and even he can't get tickets. So, or for us. So I Googled comedy show Austin, Texas, just trying to see like where another comedy club was. And by total random happenstance, Dave Chappelle was in town this weekend playing at the Moody Center, the same place where the UFC was. I was like, oh my gosh. And I went online and there were tickets available. So I got us tickets to Dave Chappelle last night, and he was filming his new Netflix special. So Gabrielle and I were at Dave Chappelle's new Netflix special live last night, and did not see the fights, but did see Dave Chappelle's special live. They lock away your phones. So, man, it was hilarious. But anyway, I want to talk to you guys about those fights because I heard some stuff and I'm curious what your guys' opinions were. Anyway, all right, so let's start with the Jake Paul thing really quick. So here's the deal, dude. There's not like a lot to say here other than to say this. If Jake is serious, right? Like, so, and I'm sure that he is, dude, where he watched that footage and he's like, dude, I'm knocking him out. It's different than MMA. I'm knocking him out for sure. Now, listen, 100%, you always are going to say, always are going to say, yeah, I'm coming. I'm going to knock this guy out. I'm going to knock you. Like, no one goes in there all, I'm really going to grind out a tough decision. Like, everyone always says they're going to win by knockout, obviously. But I do. That's why, matter of fact, I don't have any idea what he believes or doesn't, because he would say it either way. But the point is this, dude. Okay. If he is going into this fight seriously in his brain, like, I'm going to knock him out, like, I'm definitely going to knock out Nate, that is not a good way to go into this fight at all. Like, not even a little bit. And the reason for that is because, as you can see right here, Nate has fallen to TKO in his 20-year pro fighting career twice. Okay? Twice. One was a doctor stoppage in the BMF fight, and he would have kept fighting. He just got cut. And the other was to getting kicked shin across face from Josh Thompson, and he still wanted to continue. And so the answer is he's never really been knocked out. Like, he got TKO'd with the Josh Thompson one. That was a legit knockout. And then he got hosed by a New York doctor in the Masvidal one. He's never been knocked out. Not really. Aside, like I said, I mean, he's never been knocked out with a punch. Okay. Jake Paul in, 12 ounce gloves. You're telling me Jake Paul is going to hit Nate Diaz harder in 10 to 12 ounce gloves than he's ever been hit by anyone else? Did you guys see some of the shots that Conor hit him with in the beginning of those two fights? Like, I realize they're fighting at a higher weight class, or actually, no, they were fighting at 170. So I think they're fighting 185 for this one. I mean, listen, I'm not saying that he can't get knocked out. I'm just posing for you. Do you really, like, what evidence is there of an MMA fighter with a granite chin going into, well, I mean, listen, dude, he did starch Tyron Woodley, actually. Tyron Woodley had never gotten knocked out. He did starch Tyron Woodley, but Tyron Woodley had not gotten, Nate is like really battle tested, dude. So again, I'm not saying it's impossible that he knocks him out. What I am saying, though, is if he goes in with that in his mind, then he's going to be going for knockouts. He's going to be thinking knockout through the first 3 rounds, especially when Nate is just zombie walking in front of him and he's wide open to get punched, because Nate is always available to get punched early in the fight when you have explosive, quick twitch. You're still all there. Like, whack, you can move really quick and you can, like, he's right there for you. He rolls punches well, but he gets hit. And the thing is, Nate is not fighting you the way that you're fighting Nate, if that's the way you fight. Like, I was thinking about this last night for some reason, about how strategically everybody, like, people go into fights, like, there's at least certain guys, like, with kind of like mid-tier fight IQ in MMA or in boxing, whatever. They go into fights the same way every time, which is like think like a Clay Guida, right? Do you think that Clay Guida is like adjusting how he's visualizing, like, from a methodology perspective, how he is fighting against a guy? And I'm not just talking about, am I going to take him down? Am I going to grind? I'm talking about the way that he's actually visualizing the fight from the perspective of his opponent. Because most guys go in and they're like, I want to make sure that I get punched less and I hit this guy hard and I want to get out in front, whatever. And if you don't acknowledge that against Nate, he has a completely different set of success metrics versus you You have to understand that because Nate doesn't give a shit about getting punched early. He does not care. The only thing he cares about is that you're working hard. That's it. That is all. Okay. He's not trying to knock you out in round 1. He's not trying to knock you out in round 2. He's not trying to knock you out in round 3. He's not trying to knock you out in round 4 in a boxing match. You're trying to knock him out. He is just going to make sure that you are working as hard as possible. He's going to be right in front of you. He's going to walk you down. He's going to stay in front of you. He's going to talk shit. He's going to put his hands up. And all he's doing, like, I know people think there's no strategy behind, it's like, oh, he's just a dumb guy from Stockton. He's just like, what's up? No, wrong. Everything he's doing is to bait you into action, 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 action. Because if you don't knock him out, right, which only Josh Thompson successfully did, if you don't knock him out, okay, you're going to be tired and he's not. And bottom line is fresh version of you, tired version of you are completely different people. There's no, like, completely different people. And so if you go in, I guarantee I'm going to knock Nate out. You are walking directly into the exact trap that Nate wants you to walk into. He's like, yeah, you are, dude, for sure. You're going to knock me out for sure. I'm going to slap you. That's why, he's going to Stockton slap you. Think about that, dude. Like, that Nate knows how to throw a hard punch, right? Like, you've seen him throw really hard punches when he wants to throw a hard punch, right? Actually think about the way that Nate fights through the lens that I just laid out, right? People were watching that sparring and they're like, look at that slow, stupid body shot. Bar, 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 bar. And he's like, right. Except that he's not trying to hurt you with that body shot. Okay. He's trying to hurt you when the guy's on the break and he throws that heavy cross that he hits the guy with. He hits him with a couple really heavy crosses, like in kind of like scramble exchanges. He's trying to hurt you with that shot. Okay. The loose, slappy body shot, he's not trying to hurt you. He's just trying to make you work. Think, work. That's it. And so if you don't understand your opponent, you're going to fall directly into the trap that he's setting, which when someone goes, I'm going to knock Nate the fuck out. If he really, you say that regardless to promote the fight, but if he really thinks that is exactly what Nate wants. So that is my point about that. And yeah, dude, listen, like, just because it's fresh on the mind, the version of yourself that's tired versus the version of yourself that's fresh is non-comparable. The way I lost, so I did the IBJJF Austin Open yesterday. I won my first fight. I was in the semifinals, and in the semifinals, the way I lost, now this guy was excellent. He was the number 1 seed, and so one of my good buddies is the black belt, professor coach of Brazilian top team out here, who's his coach. And I rapped out with him before the tournament even started. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm like, if I beat this dude, then I fight your guy in the semifinals. And he was like, oh, he's like, he's fucking good, man. He's like, he's really good. And I think he said something like, like no pressure. He said it to me like he's like, listen, man, don't put a lot of pressure on yourself, dude. Anyways, this is funny, but like, so he had a bye. So I win my first match and then I go against him in the second match. So like, bottom line, I'm not saying I necessarily would have won, but we fought basically to a stalemate for about 4 minutes. And then he was about to pass my guard. So I rolled to turtle, and I did this on purpose because the thing I am most confident in my entire game is the ability to trap people into trying to take my back. And then as soon as they try to take my back, I peel a hook and I escape. And then I transition into a, much better position. So like, instead of them passing my guard, I end up escaping. Like, I do that against really high level guys all day long. And so I actually put him into that position. And as he went to go try to take my back, I peel a hook and then I, quickly skirt my back on the floor, block his legs so he can't mount and then wrestle up. And literally right in that moment, as I went to go peel his hook, I was like, oh, my arms don't work. Like literally, like my forearms are in complete and total spasm. And so like step 1, I literally couldn't do it. Like my arms were so fucking burnt out. I didn't realize it until right as I moved into that position. I was like, oh fuck. Like, And so I ended up getting trapped with him on my back, and that's how I lost. But like, it's just, you know, it's literally like exactly what we're talking about. So Nate Diaz or like Jake Paul, he's like, I'm going to knock him the fuck out. Yeah, dude, you hit him with that heavy shot in the first round. Maybe you hit him with that same shot in the fourth. It's not doing shit, dude. Nothing. But anyway, so like, so that's what it is. Now, also, just in the same vein, I'll just, you know, very quickly discuss this part too, which is this. Everybody, oh my God, awful Nate Diaz sparring footage leaks ahead of Jake Paul fight. Slower than molasses. Again, don't know what you're looking at, dude. You know, people who are saying this is like, I mean, why don't you just tell me you've never watched MMA, like or never watched Nate Diaz fight? Like, of course, this is what he looks like. I saw the exact opposite of this. He's moving exactly like he normally moves. He's showing good defense, and he's showing a lot of power on that cross. Like, that's what I saw, was like when he wants to land that heavy shot, he has really good instincts for when the guy's going to be open, and he's got a great long cross. You know how fucking long that guy is? And when he wants to hit with power, it's there. So I'm visualizing him doing this slappy, slow, whatever, but he's press. I'm picturing him in the 7th, 8th round when Jake's exhausted, hitting him with that big cross, because I just think he's going to walk him down. I think that Jake is definitely going to win. I mean, not definitely, but I would certainly, like, if I had to bet on who was going to win the first, second round, I would bet on Jake. I would bet on Jake to win the first couple rounds. And I mean, if you had to bet, is Jake Paul going to knock out Nate Diaz? Anybody who bet on yes, I mean, it's not like it's not impossible, but what would indicate that that's going to happen? You know what I mean? Like Nate has one of the most battle-tested, you know, abilities to take shots out of anyone. And he's worn every single shot. You know, the shot that Tyron Woodley got hit with, Tyron Woodley was stationary, right? Jake Paul did a pretty, like, I don't know, a rudimentary trap, you know? Like, there was nothing high level about what Jake Paul did. You know, he kept dipping down and then, you know, and going to the body. You know, he would go down, go to the body. It's not even like it's a heavy shot, but it's later in the fight, you know, 6, 7 rounds, you know, so, you know, Tyron's a little bit tired. And then he fakes like he's going to throw that same body shot, throws an overhand right, clips him completely undefended, and he goes down. That's, dude, Nate's body is different. He doesn't like, that's like, Nate has long ass arms. He doesn't have to, like, you know, to block his body. He doesn't have to go, ugh. It just doesn't apply. It doesn't apply. Jake's got super, super heavy hands, though. I mean, listen, if he catches Nate, he definitely can knock him out, right? But if he doesn't, they are going to end up in a 7th round and an 8th round and a 9th round and a 10th round. And no matter what's happened before that, Nate's going to be walking him down 100% safe. Go look at the last 2 rounds of the Anderson Silva fight and the Tommy Fury fight, and then visualize a Nate Diaz going 95% against that. And then you tell me what you guys think. Anyway, so yeah, I don't agree with their takes on that, obviously. So let's see. Oh, by the way, it's Gabrielle's birthday. And I was going to have her come in here and say hi. Let's see. All right. Now. So again, Nate's boxing is not good for an actual boxing fight. Okay. So again, I'm trying to like communicate this the best way that I can, because you're not wrong. Like, you're not wrong. Obviously, if you just are like, all right, let's watch Nate hit pads. Let's watch Nate spar. And then you go watch like Sugar Shane Mosley, Ryan Garcia. They look very, very different, obviously, because they're playing a different game. That's the whole point, is like just to think about the way that people are approaching the sport of boxing, okay, or MMA or whatever. It's like people like Cody Garbrandt, people like, you know, I don't know why he came to mind, but like Ryan Garcia, these guys, you know, Tank, any of these guys, Devin Haney, they are super fast. They are playing tag. They are trying to get to their opponent to touch them. Like, forget about the power part. Like, just forget about the part that you're actually trying to hurt your opponent, and just consider that what you're doing is you are playing tag, okay? You're standing in front of your guy, and your goal is to touch your opponent on their torso or head or arms without them being able to touch you back, right? Like, fundamentally, if you're brand new at boxing, that is just start there. Like, that's what you're actually doing. Forget about trying to hurt someone. Forget about getting hurt. You're playing tag. You're trying to bap, you know, like, that's it. That is what you're trying to do. Tag. And you get like triple points. If you touch their head, you get triple the points. Or if you touch this right here, you get double points. I mean, that's literally what you're doing. And then once you kind of get used to that, then start worrying about doing it with power. And so those guys are like, that's the game. That is boxing to those guys and most people who are boxing. And I'm saying with Nate, it's not. Like, Nate's like, go ahead, take that. Go ahead. You know, like, he's playing the same game, but he's like, I'm just going to let them rack up points early, because then they're going to be insanely slow. And I'm just going to go tag, 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 when they can't move. You know what I mean? So it's like a different, like, Nate is not trying to dip, you know, like, Nate's not like, you know, like, he's playing a completely different game. So I agree. If he was trying to, he would, yes, have terrible boxing for that, but he's got a very different game that he's trying to play. So thank you. It's happy birthday to Gabrielle. But also, listen, Jake is a good boxer. Let me also say that. Like, I'm not trying to take anything away from Jake at all. I'm really not. Like, you will be very hard pressed to find. Actually, you just won't be able to find any videos of me hating on Jake Paul at all, because I'm not doing that at all. I have nothing but love and respect for what Jake Paul's done, dude. The guy he's fucking. I've said this a million times, and I keep coming back to this. When he was 19 years old or whatever, and I don't know, 20. I don't know, call it 2016, 2017, whatever. If you looked at that dude and you were like, hey, what are the odds that this guy gets in a fight, a sanctioned fight with Tyron Woodley, who is the current reigning world champion in the UFC, and this dude knocks out Tyron Woodley, the odds of that would be equivalent, seriously equivalent to like, hey, Jesse, what if you jumped off a 400-foot cliff and just, you know, what are the odds of you surviving? It'd be like, it's impossible. It's like, exactly. It's fucking impossible. Be like, yeah, well, you mean impossible? I mean, like, maybe Tyron Woodley could break his leg on his way into the ring. Aside from that, he can't, there's no scenario where that guy wins in a fight. It's actually hilarious, because I was actually talking to my buddy Jack last night about this, and he was just bullshitting like late at night. And he was like, actually, he said, hang on, hold on. He said, what do you think I have a better chance of getting a base hit off Otani or beating up Conor McGregor? And I was like, bro, without any question, you have a way better chance of getting a base hit off Otani. Like, there is a world where you have a miracle. You swing, you know, you see some pitches from him. You see some pitches and you get a hold, like, you get a hold of one and hit a line drive like that. There is a scenario where that could happen. There is absolutely no scenario in what you could fight Conor McGregor after he had just gotten blacked out drunk for 7 straight nights. You know, the only reason he's still awake is because the whole time he's like, they're all, hey, what's your name? He's all, Mama DeBregger. They're all, what? Did you say Mommer? He's all, yeah. Well, this dude wants to fight you. He's all, fight? Yeah, fight. You'd have to stand up, though. You're all, stand up, and you're going to fight this dude. There's no scenario where you win a fight against him if he's in that state. Like, you can't win a fight against Conor. It's impossible. There would never happen. His muscle memory, if he was blacked out for 7 straight days, he would fucking destroy you. It's not possible. That is basically the same thing as the Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley, except in this case, he's like, well, what if this guy, started boxing training and he trained for like a few years? You're like, still impossible, So no hate on Jake at all. I just think that Nate, I've seen Jake fight and he does get tired in the later rounds, and he's never fought someone who is going to intentionally make him work. Someone said, stop sucking Conor's D. It's like, do you know my friend Jack? Like Conor's a professional. Conor's one of the best fighters in the world. You think that I'm talking out of turn, saying that he couldn't beat up my 42-year-old buddy who has no combat sports training? You think that's a big stretch? They're all, oh my God, you're so jocking Conor. Your friend Jack would fuck him up. I'm like, oh, all right. You're right, dude. Like, what? Anywho, but Jack's boxing now, dude. Conor don't want it in 2026. Anywho, all right. Wait. Question is, will I bet on Jake because I'm going for Nate? No, because there's like, if either of them win, there's like a positive outcome. You know what I mean? Like, Nate's my dude. Cesar Gracie and all them, those are my dudes. But like, if Jake Paul wins, I think Jake's awesome. So it's not like I'm going to be like soul crushed. I only do that when like I'll be like crushed if my guy doesn't win. If Anthony Smith fights, I'll bet on the other guy just to like damper it in case he loses. If Chandler fights, I'll bet on the other guy. Like certain guys, like I don't know, like Darren Till. Like, if I really wanted him to win, where I'm like, please let this fucking guy win, I'll bet on the other guy. Cody Garbrandt, I've done it before. I bet on the other guy. I bet on Usman when he was fighting Colby the second time for the title. I've basically always bet on the other guy when someone was fighting Masvidal. Conor too. Bet on the other guy. Yeah, dude, it is for sure possible for Jake to, he'll be able to go the distance. It's just no one will have ever made him work like Nate's going to. That's what he does. That is literally what he does. Francis is the new Jake. Boo Gaethje, thank you very much. Francis is the new Jake Paul. Miracles do happen. So listen. Thank you for the super chat. By the way, any super chats today, every dime of it goes to buying a collective gift for. That's what I was trying to get her to come up, because I was going to say that online with her actually here for her birthday. I was going to say, like, any super chats today, every dime will go to Gabrielle, like a birthday gift from you guys, if you guys are interested in contributing to that. I have no idea what we'll get. I'll just let her buy whatever she wants with it, but no obligation at all. But that's what we'll do. Anyway, it's probably would have landed a little harder if she came up here like I told her to, but I don't know what she's doing. Anyway, so like, if Francis does win, it will be the biggest upset ever. Bottom line, dude. Bottom line. Adam Weller, thank you very much, dude. And Gabrielle says thank you very much as well. It's like, that's our next topic. We're going to show what Chael said about Tyson Fury taking the fight and all of that stuff. If Francis wins in a boxing match against Tyson Fury, there will have never been an upset bigger than this. Like, this would be bigger than Miracle on Ice, when the United States college kids beat the Russians in hockey. This will be bigger than, I mean, there's just like, there is no comparison. There's no comparison ever. Nothing. There's nothing even moderately comparable to this. You know, Francis has no boxing matches at all. And you know, this is not like Nate Diaz fighting against Jake Paul, you know. Like I said, I have nothing but respect for what Jake's done, but Jake Paul is where Jake Paul's at. Tyson Fury is the pinnacle. He's probably at this moment the single best boxer ever. Like the most, like there's, if you were going to pick a boxer at the peak of their career that would be the most difficult for someone to beat in history, I don't think you're going to find someone who is a more challenging puzzle to solve than Tyson Fury. Now, I might be speaking out of turn right now, but like, I don't think I am, dude. You know, I don't think I am. It's like he's 6'9". He's 6'9". He throws ridiculous, accurate, straight punches. He has fantastic fight IQ. He moves well. His footwork is great. He's quick. He's got very, very heavy hands when he wants to. It's like, I mean, literally, like you're talking about a first-time boxer fighting the most challenging puzzle there has ever been in boxing. The Lion, thank you so much, my man. Much appreciated. And Gabrielle will come up here at some point. See, I knew someone was going to say Ali. Ridiculous. Ali was not the greatest heavyweight because he was the best boxer of all time. He's fantastic, of course. But he's like, wait, what? What the hell? Oh, sorry. That was confusing. I mean, sure, you could say Tyson, but Tyson's small. You know, Tyson was a small boxer. Like Tyson was, I mean, I think he's like 5'10", like 5'10". He was like 215, something like that. I mean, listen, do I think that Francis would have beat a prime night Tyson? No, I don't. Obviously, that's not what I'm saying. That's definitely not what I'm saying. But Tyson Fury is a whole different animal, dude. Do I think that Mike Tyson prime beats Tyson Fury prime? I don't know, man. I don't know. Prime Mike Tyson? Maybe prime Mike Tyson. Maybe like Trevor Berbick, Mike Tyson. Maybe Mike Tyson wins just because he was so, peekaboo, so small. Tyson Fury would throw that stuff and he'd go, whoop. Maybe. But either way, we're splitting hairs here of the absolute best boxers of all time. And then that's what Francis is up against in his very first fight. And listen, like, he has great hands. He's a fantastic he's a fantastic striker for MMA, obviously. But like, it's easier to land things in MMA because people have other things to worry about. Kick, is he going to kick my legs? Is he going to take me down? Is whatever. Gabrielle, come sit. It's freezing in here. I know. We're in the middle of stuff, but like, just come say hi, come on.
Why is it so cold in this room?
Because I wanted to make it cold for you.
Oh my God.
Everybody say happy birthday to Gabrielle. It's Gabrielle's birthday.
It is my birthday.
And we went to see Dave Chappelle last night.
Lighting always make me look weird colors.
And there was some female comedian. So there was hilarious comedian, female comedian, hilarious comedian, Dave Chappelle. This girl bombed like.
It was like you could hear a pin drop. That's how unfunny she was.
It was crazy, dude. I felt really bad for her. And simultaneously, I was like, what would have.
I did not feel bad for her.
It was like, Why are you
Her word track was-
why are you saying these things that you're
There was
saying?
no excuse for it.
Kane, thank you. I told
Kane.
them that any super chats that come through are yours for your birthday.
Oh, I get to go shopping?
You get to go shopping. Thank you, Kane, very much. Good sir.
Wait, who said we share a birthday? Where'd that go? Al, happy birthday.
I don't see.
It's gone now.
So check it.
Well, thanks, Brandon.
Cue ball. Just to put this in perspective, though, like what kind of joke she was telling. She said, what was the abortion thing? Like she said that she basically made a joke that it's not about pro-choice or pro-life or whatever. She's like, I just believe that you should just like abort every single baby or something like that. Something like where it was like, and we were like,
all abortion all the time. Like that was her.
Yeah,
joke.
she's like, I'm just like all abortion all the time. She was ragging on Texas. Texas is like abortion stance, which
6 week law. She's
yeah,
like, I thought about this joke for 6 weeks and now I have to keep it. Like it was.
Look,
it was bad. It was really bad.
We're not even getting into like a conversation of like whether we're pro life or pro choice because you know like it's just
you're
like
in Texas.
You're in Texas and you're at a
Dave.
You're
Chappelle.
opening for Dave Chappelle, whose last event he spent 1 hour
trying to
breaking his dick off in every trans person's face. You know, it's like, does this seem like a place where you're gonna go like where you're gonna drop some? You're gonna go woke comedy. Then she's like, I can't remember how she set this up. She was like, she was making a joke about being a Karen, you know? She's all the thing about being a Karen. She's like, I mean, listen, like, obviously, like white women, like, you know, we're Karens. Like, we do kind of suck though, because we're like the white men of women. And we were like, literally, like, you could have, the place had 20,000 people in it.
You're a pin drop.
And this place was going fucking wild for the other comedians. And she, like, by the end, it was like I've never
kept checking her watch.
Yeah.
Like, how much longer is my set? It was so bad.
I've never seen a comedian bomb like that before. And she's like, and then in the middle of it, she's like, man, I'm just crushing it with this crowd. That was the only part that was funny. It was like, she was like, she just acknowledged.
But
she's
then
like,
she made like a crash joke that was like super woke and unfunny, like following that up. We're like, you just can't stop.
Wait, which one?
She made a joke about like crashing, like she's like how bad she was bombing, but then she turned that into like some other woke joke. Like her follow-up to I'm bombing here was
I think I honestly think that she like her brain short-circuited and then she's like, I'm in Austin, which is like super like liberal, so I'm just gonna be like a liberal person now or something. Like, because it was also disingenuous. Her whole entire thing was super disingenuous. It's like,
and that's what made it so unfunny. It felt totally.
And like I don't like bitches that talk all like nasty, you know? Like you could talk like you like
Lord.
What? I see. Oh, like oh wait, hang on. So hang on.
Oh wow. I didn't even see those flying.
Yeah,
by.
Steel C, thank you very much, dude. Was joking about Connor, my friend. Francis is a wild card, but given his story, the way he got here, yeah. Thank you, dude. Thank you very much, good sir. Mike raised. Thank you very much, good sir. Did I see the Del? No, we were at Dave Chappelle, and they and they lock your phones away, so I couldn't watch any of the fights. We were watching the fights while we were in line, and then as soon as we got inside, they take your phone and lock it away. But yeah, dude. So it was, I mean, good God, man. Good God. It was so bad. She made a joke about getting run over by a Karen in a car. She's like, I got run over by a Karen. She's like, her name was actually Karen. And it actually left a hole in my skull. And like, so it has like a plate in it. And I'm just kind of like, I don't even know how she got it. She's like, I just tell like guys, they could just remove the plate and like fuck my skull. So they're like fucking my brain. We were like,
yeah, that was everyone's faces. Ugh. Like it.
Fuck your skull.
It was bad.
How is that how is that funny?
Yeah. Oh, Chappelle was hilarious.
Chappelle's incredible, dude. Chappelle was amazing. Every other comedian was a 10, dude. Yeah. Like a 10. And the dude that followed up after her, after she bombed, was fucking hilarious, dude. Muhammad, I don't know what, like he's he's an Arabic comedian who like that's his whole shtick. He's this big ass dude, Muhammad something. That guy,
Muhammad Amer.
Yeah,
A-M-E-R.
Muhammad Amer, Amer. That dude, he walked up on a dead crowd and he fucking brought the house down, dude. Yeah. People were like honestly, I think I'm gonna say he was fucking funnier than Chappelle. He was really so fucking funny, dude. Like we were scream laughing at his jokes, dude. He's so fucking funny. He's so funny, man.
Chappelle had one bit that he couldn't even get through the Titanic.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude.
He was cracking.
Yeah. So Chappelle, you could tell basically like that he had come up with this joke about the Titanic thing that imploded and talked about it with his friends, and they had all collectively, like probably high as hell, decided it's the stupidest, worst joke in history.
Like, I'm going for it.
And so he's just like, and he's like, imagine if you told that joke, dude. Imagine if you fucking told that joke. And 6 plates, fam. Let's go.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. So yeah, they're like, imagine if you told it. So he's like, I got this joke that's so fucking terrible. He's like, it doesn't work at all. It doesn't work at all, but I'm going for it. And he was like trying to get through this joke. And he was crying. He was crying, laughing himself. Like Dave Chappelle, like he couldn't tell the joke because he was laughing to himself so hard. He was like crying. So like it's the worst joke ever. And the whole fucking place was like crying, laughing, dude. He's like, that's how fucking incredible a comedian this dude is. He tells the worst joke in history. And the whole crowd is crying, laughing, dude.
Like the reason why he's so great is because whatever story he's telling, like you were living that experience with him.
Yeah.
You know, like he acts everything out. He's running around stage while he's telling the joke. That's why Jesse keeps doing this, is like part of the bit. Like you feel it.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
So like, so basically like the last 2 specials, he's obviously just fucking lit trans people up and done it on purpose. So it's like, you could tell he was like, I think I've done my thing on trans people. So it's like, if the last one was a 10 out of 10 on trans people, this one was more like a 2. Like he's got some jokes in there. His next victim group is he fucking dog fucked handicapped people, dude. Like it's so crazy to even say it out loud. You're like, so what victim group is he going to choose? Like, how does he landed on handicapped people. He fucking.
So did Matt Rife though in a bit recently.
Dude. Too. Yeah, but not like Dave, dude.
No, Matt Rife is like,
Dave fucked handicapped.
Nice, funny.
He
Dave
fucking.
Chappelle's like.
And like, dude, on our way to our seats, I actually walked by, like, so actually Gabrielle was in the bathroom and I was waiting for her. So, and as I was like, this dude in a wheelchair went by me and I was kind of like, we kind of got trapped and I was like, oh, what's up, man? And he went by, just like, not really a big thing. Then the Chappelle thing came on and he spent 25 minutes destroying handicapped people. And I was like, dude, I was like crying, laughing. And at the same time, I'm like, I can't believe that dude is watching this right now. Like, and everyone around him is like,
yeah, right. Oh, can't laugh.
I'm laughing. Like, dude.
Someone said they love your shirt. They want to know where you got it.
Oh, at the jiu-jitsu tournament yesterday. I didn't just get this shirt. I bought this. I bought this in t-shirt and in tank top because I was so stoked on it,
just,
dude.
To have options.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I'm not going to Salt Lake because we're going to it's the 29th. We'll be in San Antonio, but we're going to
celebrating another birthday.
Yeah. And then we're going to Dallas August 5th for Jake Paul and Nate or whatnot. Anyway, happy birthday, Gabrielle.
Thank you.
I love you.
I'll
Go hang out with the family. Now I'm going to talk about Chael.
Okay, bye, friends.
Later. All right. So here is the Chael thing we're going to talk about. I know, dude. This shirt is so sick. That's why I had to get it in two different all right. So here is Chael Sonnen calls Tyson Fury a scumbag, and we're going to discuss. right? So the question posed is Chael right saying that Tyson Fury is a scumbag? Is he just being objective, or is he hating? Hate. Speaking of Dave Chappelle, dude, because I saw one of the videos that Chael did after Tyson Fury and Francis got booked. He started off, he's like, I guess I'm a hater. He's all hate. And he's like, because like from the Chappelle show, I don't know how many of you guys are old enough like me and Chael to have watched the Chappelle show and know there's like the haters ball. Because, like there used to be like the players ball, and like Dave Chappelle did a skit where it was the haters ball, and all these guys get together and they just look at it, they all hate. And they just hate on everybody. But so yeah, we're going to assess whether he's hating or if he's just being objective.
Any shot you give Francis Ngannou to shock the world and knock out Tyson Fury, get the victory over there in Saudi Arabia, October 28th.
It's the most ridiculous sporting competition of our lifetimes. Let me give you an example. Take the Lakers, and the real Lakers, right back when they had the guy named Shaq and Kobe Bryant, rest his soul. I don't know if LeBron was ever on that team, but remember when they were really good, and you got Phil Jackson as a coach. Take them and go put them against Brady and the Patriots, right? You got these great teams, but you're going to go do it under football rules. Do you see how stupid it is? Do you see why it's never happened? Do you see why it's never even been discussed? Because that's what's happening here. This is literally the most ridiculous sporting event of my lifetime. However, I will tell you this. It is more likely for Francis to beat Fury than it is for Francis with zero experience, at least 37 years of age, with very little contacts and a bum knee over in Las Vegas to get the fight with Fury. He's already done the hard part.
I'm going to take credit for that point because I'm pretty sure he pulled it from my video. I will say this. He ain't wrong, dude. He's not wrong. He is not wrong. That said, I mean, honestly, shit's not that wrong, dude. I mean, it's like basketball to football, boxing to MMA, or MMA to boxing. Let me think about how I feel about that metaphor, actually. Because it's like, hey, do you throw a ball in basketball? It's like, yeah, you do. It's like, do you catch a ball? Yeah. Is it the same kind of ball? No. All right, well, is being tall and being able to jump up high and catch a ball, is that helpful in basketball? It's like, yeah. They're like, how about in football? It's like, yeah, it would be. So it's like, shit, man, maybe, maybe it could happen. It's like, maybe, some of the same skills, but I actually, know what? I think I actually do like that metaphor now that I'm thinking about it. I think I do like that metaphor. I think boxing, MMA to boxing is a little bit closer because you have to train boxing specifically to be a well-rounded MMA fighter. But again, now you're talking about a specialty discipline that one of them has dedicated their entire life to, and the other one started very late and has focused some of their time on that, But again, the point that Chael made, which I have either shared, we shared the same viewpoint or he got it from my video or whatever, is that the likelihood of Francis winning this fight is way higher than anything that Francis has done to this point that's led to this. Any single individual thing. Odds of him actually getting to his, to unrestricted free agency in an, 7-fight, 8-fight deal, whatever he had without losing. Okay. I mean, he had to win once he decided they wanted to fight, he had to win 5 straight fights, risking it all every single time without re-signing, get through the UFC, the fact that he had a sunset clause, all of his immigration stuff. And then to actually book the Tyson Fury fight is way more impossible than actually beating Tyson Fury. I do agree with that. And Francis's magic, dude. There's no way that there's any kind of X's and O's or any kind of logical way that I can get to Francis beats Tyson Fury other than Francis has titanic power, puncher's chance, puncher's chance. But then there's just this thing, which is Francis's magic. That's the only thing I can say, dude. There's no, hey, one thing you're not thinking about is Francis's footwork on blah, blah, blah. There's no X's and O's way to get there. None. It does not exist. Does not exist. The only way to get there is Francis's fucking magic, dude. You know, that's it. But now let's continue to the scumbag part, and I'm curious what he thinks here.
He already did the part that is more unlikely. So sure, he can beat him. Why not?
Nate Diaz.
What kind of a scumbag is Fury, though, man? I mean, I really got to tell you, Fury broke my heart. I've liked this guy, and I like the entertainment. I like so many things about him. I am a monster, schmo. I didn't have to pay for this meal. I don't have to do anything if I don't want to. There's a line of people. I don't have to wait in line if I don't want to. I choose to. I'm a man of the people. I'm behaved. I don't have to be.
Let me stop real quick. Chael is running for the governor of Oregon. Anyone in Oregon who does not vote for this man, get the fuck out of here, dude. Get out of here. I just want to say it because right there, he sounds like a candidate to me right there. A man of the people. Chael might talk a lot of shit, but if you don't believe him when he says things like that, I don't know what to tell you. If you live in Oregon and you do not vote for Chael Sonnen and you are a combat sports fan and someone who is familiar with him and his career, get the fuck out of here. And that is my full ringing endorsement of his governor candidacy in Oregon. I will literally, if he wins, like picture the most hardcore, lunatic, like crazed, like do or die Trump supporter from the 2016 election. Visualize what they look like when Trump officially won. That's what I'll do. And I don't even live in Oregon. Be fucking hilarious. It would be so badass, dude. But anywho, let's continue.
You take a guy like Fury, who God made huge, gave great coaches, great training partners, great experiences to. He has weapons and tools that other men can't deal with if they're not armed. And he's going to choose to use those to beat up a guy who's at least 37 with no experience and is on one leg. That's a bully and it's a scumbag. I would never do that to somebody.
Okay, France is not on one leg anymore. He was on one leg in January of 2022. Yeah, January 2022. It's July of 2023. His knee is good now. But I mean, listen, dude. Listen. I am going to go out on a limb and say the following, and you can say that it's controversial or not, right? But I feel like if someone offered Chael $45 million to wrestle fuck me, knowing there is a 0% chance that I can win, I'm guessing he probably takes the 45 mil and wrestle fucks me. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, most, if you know, it's like if you pull the money out of any equation, it's like, you know, like in a situation, it's like you pull the money off the table. It's like, you know, Tyson Fury, this guy, 6'9", you know, every bit the most formidable adversary in boxing that there's ever been. And Francis is his first timer, and you're going to go in there, you're going to take that fight, you're going to beat the shit out of this guy. Scumbag. It's like, all right. I mean, but if the other guy wants the fight, that kind of nullifies that talk track, in my opinion. But especially when you throw a $45 to $50 million number in there, it's kind of like, Jesus, man. I would let Tyson Fury beat the fuck out of me for 40 million. You know what I mean? It's like, I would let Tyson Fury punch me in the face as hard as he could for fucking $45 million. You know, I feel like that'll probably pay for a new orbital bone, you know, like the pain and suffering will be agonizing, but worth it, you know? And so you want to pay me $45 million to go beat up an inferior opponent who wants to fight me fucking all day, son. You know, it's the fight business. It's the fucking fight business. And the fighters, like, you know, it's like, it's two sides. And I know there are some people who think that this pay-per-view is not going to perform, right? I'm on a wait and see. All I know is I'm going to be talking about the fight a lot, and I'm obviously going to buy it. Hopefully actually will even get to go potentially, but either way, I'm going to support the fight the best way I can, but there's no way for me to know how the thing is going to perform until it performs. But like people who are saying this thing's going to underperform, it's going to be a bomb, whatever. The thing is that that's irrelevant to the fighters in this case, you know, without knowing the structure of their contracts exactly, but they have huge guaranteed money. You know, it's the investors who may or may not have made a poor decision to put a bunch of money behind a fight, who like, you know, where you question their decision to do that. But like as Tyson Fury, it's like, dude, you put, I mean, like, let's not let fucking money like that get lost in translation. You know what I mean? Like, let's say he's getting 35 million, right? Because I don't know what Tyson Fury is making, but I can pretty much fucking guarantee you let's say it's 30, right? Or let's say it's 25 actually. So bare minimum. And it's nearly impossible it's this low, given that it's the Saudis and that he accepted this fight. But let's say it's $25 million. Okay. It's $25 million. $25 million. Okay. Like this is, I don't understand. It's like people, it's like when you think of a guy being like rich already, you know, like it's like, oh, that guy's got so much money, man. Like, it's like, well, okay, yeah, he does. They're like, so what are we talking about? You're all, it's $25 million, dude. What would you do for $25 million? Anything. Right. Well, so just because the guy's got a bunch of money, it's still $25 million, dude. And to go fight a guy that, as far as he's concerned, poses absolutely no risk. What the fuck? Like, there's no way Chael's turning that fight down. There's no way. He'd probably do a better job promoting it, you know, than anyone, period. You know, I don't know. I wonder. I should ask him, dude. I should ask him if he was the A side of a fight just like that, how he would go. Like, what would the narrative that he built be? Like, you know, would he promote the fight as like, I am literally going to turn this guy into silly putty. You remember the silly putty that you take and you smash, and then, you know, you use the silly putty and you press it on the newspaper. Old school guys remember newspaper, and then you come up and it would have like the exact imprint on the silly putty. Like, I think I'm going to use his skull and then use his skull to be an imprint that I print newspaper on. You know, can I actually turn this inferior opponent's head into a big thing of silly putty that I use to print things on before I discard his body into an oil drum that they sink to the bottom of the ocean with the rest of the cartel victims? You know, or would he try to convince people that actually, you know, like if it's me or whatever, it's like, you know, he's got a chance, you know, people don't understand how tough this guy is. I would be very curious if which direction he would go with that one. Because I can tell you, if it was me, I would convince the whole fucking world that this is the battle of the century, knowing in my mind, I'm like, shit. I'm gonna get a lot of people to watch this, but you know what I mean? It's like, there's just, and the reason why I'm doing this thought exercise is because I'm really thinking about this, like Tyson Fury and Francis thing, where it's like, I mean, I know Francis thinks that he can win. You know, there's no way that Francis thinks that it's impossible that he could win. But geez, man, like, it's just such a, yeah. But listen, had I been in the fight game and been a pro fighter, fuck me, I'd have been good at promoting fights, man. This part comes very easily to me. You know what I mean? Anyway, so let's finish this up, actually.
Well, he's going to make a lot of money, a lot of shmoney for Francis.
No, I'm sure. Jesse James made a lot of money, and there's hitmen that made a lot of money. I mean, there's things that you can do, but you own it. You're a bully and you're a scumbag.
Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God, he's so fucking great, dude. Oh my God, it's so funny. He compared Tyson Fury to a train robber, you know, to a guy who puts guns in women's faces and steal. I mean, that's hilarious, dude. Francis Ngannou is nobody's victim, dude. Like, that's Francis Ngannou. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, like, actually think about what we're talking about. Like, I realize this is an enormous mismatch. The biggest mismatch in history, without a doubt, in terms of, you know, most formidable heavyweight boxing world champion ever, arguably, against a first-time professional boxer. Period. Point blank, period. It is absurd on its face when you say it out loud, right? But also, first-time boxer is Francis Ngannou. Now, he will, listen, like, to say otherwise is ridiculous. He will likely lose this fight, right? Doesn't mean there's no chance. And Francis is magic, but he will likely lose this fight. But if anybody's trying to get me to a place where I feel sorry for Francis as a victim of someone who is going to violently impose their will on him, come on, dude. Come on. I've seen Francis Ngannou literally decapitate a person in the octagon before. A couple of them, actually. He lifted Andrei Arlovsky 2 feet in the air with an uppercut. He hit Alistair Overeem so hard that he lost 70 pounds 5 years later as a result of the punch. He knocked out Stipe fucking Starchville. You know? He fought Cyril Gane on one leg. He's 200. He walks around 285 or whatever, cuts 20 pounds to make 265. The guy is one of the most obscene genetic freaks ever with a steel trap mind, absolutely can convince himself that he can accomplish anything, and thus far has proven himself correct. So a narrative where he is like the quintessential victim of a bully. Come on, dude. You know what I mean? Come on. Especially given that he's probably, he's making $20 million or whatever he's making. You know what I mean? Speaking of that, dude, I wanted to talk about that really quick. So before I forget, so I saw this. Let me show you guys something really quick. All right. So I saw 2 conflicting reports on Francis's pay the other day. One of them very, very, very clearly intentionally misleading. Okay. Okay, so they it looks like they corrected it. Okay, they corrected it. So never mind. So all right. So there was this tweet that went around that was like, Francis Ngannou set to make more than $8 million in his fight against Tyson Fury. And I was like, that is the most intentionally misleading, idiotic headline ever. Okay, because what you've said is accurate, that he's making more than $8 million, but it makes it sound like he's making somewhere near $8 million, like more than 8, less than 9, really, honestly, if he was making like 8.6, you'd say he's making almost $9 million. So if you say he's making over $8 million, the implication is he's making between $8 million and $8.5 million for the fight, clearly, which is a complete fabrication, not true at all. Right. Because the comment I think that they were basing it on was he was offered $8 million to fight John Jones and he's making more than that here. And so they're just like, they take that and run with it. Oh, he's making over $8 million. And I was like, this is complete bullshit. He's making, yeah, exactly where they corrected it. I know for 100% fact he's making 8 figures, And so yeah, they said eight figures, not 8 million. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the number is, but I know it's big. And they can't talk about the exact numbers as I understand it because of who's funding the fight, Saudis, whatever. But yeah, I mean, he's making a shitload of money, dude. And so again, Tyson Fury, he's bullying so let's actually seriously think about this. So Francis, in his most recent contract, right? He had if I'm not mistaken, I believe he had an 8-fight deal. Okay. And he was making $600,000. He was making $600,000 per fight. Okay. So 8 times 600,000 equals 4.8. So that's $5 million over, I believe it was because he got to a sunset clause, 5 years. So he was making less than $1 million a year, right? averaged out. Now, maybe he got a bonus or two, although I doubt it. Right. So he made about $1 million a year, let's call it. As soon as he got out of his UFC contract, now the UFC offered him more money, but they offered him $8 million for the John Jones fight, it sounds like. And then afterwards, if he didn't win, like, you got to understand, like, this, like, oh, he's going to make $8 million for this and compare it to blah, blah. It's like, nah, dude. He was going to make $8 million for John Jones, and that was higher than any other person he was going to defend the title against. So let's say it was going to be $5-6 million for anyone else. And also, if he loses the belt, it goes down to like 800, 900 grand. You know what I mean? So like, all you want to look at is guaranteed money. So as soon as he becomes a free agent, he signs a $20 million 2-fight deal with PFL with all the money guaranteed. Okay. With a multi-million-dollar signing bonus right out of the gate. And then he signs a, let's call it, just for, I don't, like I said, I don't know the exact number. So let's call it 18 million just to be like, or let's call it 15 just to be conservative, right? 15 million. So in literally with it, he became a free agent in December, right? So he made 4.8 million over 5 years. And in the first 7 months of free agency, on the lowest possible side, he made $35 million. He has $35 million coming guaranteed. Fumbled the bag, my fucking balls, son. Yes, 20 million, 2-fight PFL, 100% confirmed. Yes, confirmed. Confirmed for sure. 8 million per fight, 2 fights. With an immediate, well, maybe I'm not supposed to know that actually, but whatever. A big multi-million-dollar signing bonus that he received instantly. He already has it. It's done. So, yeah, that's what it is. But again, the fact that Francis did this does not mean that any fighter who gets to free agency will be able to do this at all. This does not mean, this is still an experiment. That's the key thing to understand, dude. Okay. And if you really, like, honestly want to dig under the hood a little bit, you know, where it's like, all right, so Chael is one of the most strategic thinkers when it comes to nobody knows this business better than him. And so if he's like a strategic thinker and he's thinking macro, thinking about the entire sport of MMA, all that, and like what infrastructure sits underneath the entire business that holds it all together, which is the UFC without any shred of doubt. It's possible that one of the reasons why he hates this fight so much is because he knows what I know, which is that this poses this huge, like, potential fracture to the UFC structure, making big stars like, man, I need to get out of my UFC contract. And that's not a good thing, dude, for all of us as fans. It's not a good thing at all. Like, just to be clear, like, I'm rooting for Francis, of course, but that is not a good thing at all for all these guys to be eyeballing free agency. Now, if what it led to is everybody getting a pay bump, if the UFC can afford to do that, that's awesome. But we definitely do not want guys who are the current reigning heavyweight champions with a fight or two on their deal to be turning down UFC extensions so that they can go into free agency and try to make $35 million in the first, 7 months or whatever. But like, again, it is an experiment because like Francis is first mover. So he's getting these deals like from investors who are taking a risk, not sure if it's going to work. If the PFL if the boxing bombs, right? Like if they pay him 15 or whatever, they pay, Tyson Fury 25, so they got 40 out there, they're going to do whatever. If they lose money on this fight, okay, they're going to be super apprehensive to do any like crossover fights like this. Will be very, very hard to book ever again unless it's as big building up to it like Conor and Mayweather was, in which case the UFC would probably facilitate it anyway. Now, I think the likelihood that the PFL fights are successful is extremely low, just between me and you guys, and like just super low key on my YouTube channel. I think the likelihood that I think high probability Tyson Fury and Francis does good numbers. It'll be really interesting to see what it looks like when is it? It's October or something. I mean, they really need to kick promotion up heavy. Like those two guys need to be strategizing on how to promote this fight together, you know? Like they have to do it together. Like they have to like be meeting up places, you know, have their teams doing shit. They film things together, smart stuff that goes viral. Like they need to be promoting this thing hard, because if they don't do smart promotions, it won't do well. If they do smart promotions, it will do well. It's as simple as that. PFL, it's a much different equation, because who's he going to fight, dude? You know, who's he going to fight? I mean, we'll see. Obviously, you know, I would love for them to do well. I'm just saying, like, I think it's much tougher, you know, for me to see a way for PFL to make a bunch of money when they're paying Francis, you know, $10 million right out of the gate on their payroll, which is like, you know, pretty close to like equivalent what the UFC is paying, like total on some, you know, on some cards, and you know they're going to sell, you know. Now, obviously, if Francis did the impossible and he knocked out Tyson Fury, shit, the PFL fucking cards will do fine, you know. But anywho, there is no possible way that you know what, like, listen, I could say this pretty clearly. If I don't know what he's making, then you guys don't know what he's making. I'm not saying that this is wrong, but whatever source this is doesn't know. So what was the other thing I was like, dude, I had something that was like a really fun bonus. Oh yeah. Bonus time. So any of you guys catch this little number within the last couple days? The new Disney Snow White that they're doing, like did you guys see this? Please tell me you guys saw this, because this is unreal. So Disney, after the string of, and by the way, I did a video last time where I was saying, like, look at Disney's doing this movie, Kraven the Hunter. You have to go see it. I was wrong. I saw it was Marvel, and so I thought it was Disney. It's not. It's Sony Marvel. So Sony, the one that did the good Spider-Man movies, is doing another incredible movie. Disney, for their side, is doing Snow White remake, and they took the dwarves out. There's no dwarves. It's a bunch of ethnically mixed, look at this, dude. Look at this. They replaced the 7 dwarves with magical creatures of all sizes and genders and races. This shit is impossible. It's impossible that they are trying to lose money this hard now. Like, oh wait, hang on. If Francis knocks out Fury, does he get a rematch? Yes, they have a rematch clause. Yep. Thank you for the super chat. So, listen, like, by the way, Snow White is Latina. Now, listen, dude, like, I have no issue with any Latinos, like, at all. My thing is with Disney making this decision, if their goal is to make money, to replace Snow White with a different race of any kind, and then replace the dwarves with a bunch of random mix, like, okay, we need 2 black people, we need 3 white people, we need 2 women, we need 1 dwarf because we need to have all of our bases covered. It's like, oh, you guys you must have already been filming this before you got the memo that woke is over now. This is going to, like, I will fucking guarantee you that this goes straight to Disney Plus, because it's going to be tracking to be the biggest joke in the history. Like, they're spending this is a 9-figure production, and it's like, do we release it and humiliate ourselves Like just humiliate ourselves and prove that we are incapable of making movies that anyone wants to see anymore? Or do we just Disney Plus this thing and let's go back to the drawing board? Because this is the greatest thing I've ever seen, dude. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen, dude. The greatest thing ever. I love this shit, man. I just love it. It's like, this is why Dave Chappelle's like, this is why all the stuff at Dave Chappelle, they clown on this stuff so hard last night. The Chappelle thing is like, it's just ridiculous, dude. Like, think about this. Like, actually think about this really quick. The reason why they got rid of the 7 dwarfs is because they did not want to, they didn't want to reinforce stereotypes about small people or whatever, that they run around in tribes or whatever, right? They don't want to reinforce. It's like, dude, this is a movie where an evil stepmother has a magic mirror that she looks into and goes, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all? And the mirror tells her if she's the prettiest or not. And when she finds out that someone's prettier than her, she makes a poison apple. And then, you know, the main character takes a bite and then she falls asleep only to be awoken when Prince Charming, her true love, kisses her and she wakes up. And so obviously the rest of the movie is based 100% in scientific fact. And so if we have these 7 dwarfs, then everyone's going to think that dwarves live together and they name each other Sleepy and Snotty and Snooty. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what? How could this possibly make sense to you? Because you want to know what the outcome is? You're protecting small people. You want to know what just happened? Is you took 7 jobs for dwarf actors and you just took them away. That's your contribution. You guys are so concerned with the small person community that you just disappeared 7 high-paying jobs for the actors. So, wow. Awesome job, woke Hollywood. You guys are the best, man. They are so fucking stupid. They're so stupid. They're the dumbest. It's like, I love it, dude, because I just love people's, like, I can't stand them. And so as they continue to humiliate themselves, and there are such clear metrics that they are failing and falling apart, it's the best. They used to infuriate me. Now that like they're all on the run. Disney fired their diversity officer. Sony fired their diversity officer. There's like four studios that all in the same day just fired their diversity officers. And you want to know what that tells you? BlackRock said, we're done with this diversity shit. So this diversity shit is over. Okay. If all 4 of the studios fire on the same day, there's only one way that can happen. BlackRock, Vanguard, they were like, we're done with this, dude. Like this, you know, the diversity and inclusion thing, we're done with this thing. It's gone way out of control. The people are revolting. Get rid of it. That means it's getting gone everywhere. But these movies that are already in production that were before they realized the purge is happening are going forward. It's just going to be like the last gasp of the wokesters. It's going to be so entertaining, dude. It's so great. I fucking love it, man. I love it, dude. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, yeah, I mean, listen, dude. They deserve every single thing that they get, man. You know? It's like, look at their string of... I forgot. In the new Snow White, they've made a couple changes. So, number 1, Snow White is not white because whiteness is problematic. Like, her name is Snow White because she has such fair skin. That's her name, Snow White. Skin as fair as the snow. And she's a non-white actress. It's like, what are you doing? Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. Nope. No. No 7 Dwarfs. 7 racially diverse, gender diverse weirdos, right? Then the Prince Charming is the one who needs to kiss her and bring her out of her slumber. No Prince Charming. Not this time. No Prince Charming this time. He will not be in this movie because they want to promote feminism and strength, and she don't need no man. She don't need no man. She don't need no man. So there's no prince. Snow White's not white. There's no dwarves. Why are you calling it Snow White? This is not Snow White, dude. Do you know what I'm saying? This is not Snow White, dude. This is not Snow White. Someone needs to inform Jesse that with the current writer and actor strike, we are a long ways away from them riding the wokeness train by a couple more years at least. Well, I don't know how long the writer's strike is going to last or whatever, but I can tell you right now, this shit's over, dude. Dude, if you want combat sports, just rewind an hour and 20 minutes. I talked about it for literally an hour and 5 minutes. There's plenty of combat sports for you. But it's like, dude, every single movie from now on, any movie, any show, anything that has a central woke tenet to it is going to bomb. That is what's going to happen. This shit's over, dude. Like, this shit is fucking over. Bud Light first, Target second, and they all pulled all their pride stuff. Like, it's over. This shit is over, dude. And so they are smart enough to realize that. That's why I will bet you that this will not have a theatrical release, dude. I will bet you this will not have a theatrical release. It's going to be so great, dude. It's going to be so great. The last one of those that actually, wait, hang on. No, yeah, exactly, dude. No, but like, check it. Okay. So perfect. Yes, you're right. But they are going to continue to do that. Sony has done the Spider-Man movies, which are killing. Avatar 2, Disney like somehow had some kind of deal on that, but it wasn't like a Disney production. That killed. Maverick killed. Super Mario Bros. Killed. All the Spider-Man movies killed. That new movie, Kraven the Hunter, is going to fucking kill, which is the most like, man, kill everyone movie. First R-rated Marvel movie, like where it's going to be just violence. It's going to be fucking awesome. And then, they just did the perfect example, though. They just did Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones, dude. Right? Indiana Jones. And they're all, what should we do with this one? What should we do with this one? They're all, well, let's make Indiana Jones into an old, decrepit pussy that doesn't in any way resemble the actual Indiana Jones from all the other movies. And instead of there being an Indiana Jones character, we'll bring in some, not pretty brunette crackhead girl who is now she's Indiana Jones, right? Like, so she's just Indiana Jones, and Indiana Jones is going to be this feckless loser who's just like along for the ride. And you're like, okay, but people come to see Indiana Jones movies because they like Indiana Jones. They don't like your feminist crackhead chick, like no one wants to watch that. And so that movie fucking bombs. They're going to lose $200 million or something on that movie, or if not more. It is a total bomb, dude. Complete bomb. Now, Mission Impossible is coming out this weekend. It's sold out across the board. Mission Impossible is going to literally make $1 billion. Okay. Mission Impossible, legacy, a legacy movie with a million sequels that has a character that people like. What do you think would happen if they were like, for the next Mission Impossible, let's have Tom Cruise turn into an alcoholic that everyone hates who sucks at everything. And now you'll have Phoebe Waller-Bridge come in and she's going to be amazing. She's going to just totally punk him around the whole movie. And he's just going to be like, what do I do, Phoebe? Like, it's, what I mean? It's like, what fucking morons are over there making these decisions? It's like, they just deserve everything that they get. No, it is. Believe me, dude. King of Conquest, thank you for the super chat. I don't think it's over yet. No. It's fucking over. Believe me, dude. It's not like over right this second, but it is over. Like, it's like, it's going to basically cycle itself out over the next, 12 months where like, they're going to, there's going to be this like last gasp of shit. But like I said, the biggest indicator that you need, like the reason why this shit was so widespread, two reasons. A, Okay. And by the way, like I said, dude, if you guys seriously want me to do Jesse on everything again, just tell me. This is what my other channel was like all the time. I will transition my other channel back to another Jesse on everything, because I think it's going to be a good time to have opinions like this as the woke thing implodes and funny people are here to dance on their graves. But like the two reasons why it was so widespread were because they had a monopoly on the social media platforms. So Twitter, for 100% sure they were rigging the algorithm to where people like, I don't think people understand how good these algorithms are at recognizing what, like what a person's opinion is based on their comment. It's like, there's a few keywords and they're like, oh, this supports Trump. Oh, this is anti-Trump, or, oh, this is like pro-trans. Oh, this is anti-trans. It's like so easy. And they just prioritize anything that's like, you need to let Leah Thomas beat the shit out of all the girls. You are a transphobe. And everything is up at the top. So people come on, they're all, I can't believe that society is going this way. Like, geez, everyone agrees with this. It's like, dude, fucking no one agrees with this shit. It's just that Twitter has rigged the system to make it look like that. So you had Twitter, and then you had BlackRock that had implemented all this, DEI stuff everywhere, where they were doing the ESG scores, diversity, inclusion, and equity, all that stuff. And so all these companies were perpetuating this shit because their ESG score would get affected. And the BlackRock CEO just said 2 weeks ago that he's embarrassed that he's involved in the ESG score shit. He just said that publicly. He's like, I'm embarrassed by ESG. And so he says that within a week, 4 diversity and inclusion officers get fired at the 4 major motion picture studios. Netflix fired theirs, Disney fired theirs, Sony fired theirs, and someone else fired theirs all in the same day, which means absolutely for sure that the fucking BlackRock people were like, we're done with this shit. Like, we're done with it. So between Elon buying Twitter and taking the guardrails off and rigging the system the opposite way, and BlackRock recognizing that they have no control anymore because Twitter's changed, they're like, get rid of this shit, because now, like, it's a perfect example, though, of how important it is for people to be able to get their opinions out. Because as soon as people were able to get their opinions out, because as soon as Twitter got bought and Elon took the guardrails off, Facebook and Instagram had to follow suit. They had no choice. Whether they wanted to do it or not is irrelevant, because they had to take the guardrails off, because if they didn't, then everyone was going to go to Twitter and they were going to be like the one that's censoring people, whatever. They'd lose all their users. So they had to take the guardrails off also. And so all of a sudden, everyone's, opinions are being heard. And so it's like, look at what Dylan Mulvaney did for Bud Light. Like, do you not have any idea how easily they could have squashed that story on Instagram, Twitter, whatever? Like, if they recognized that there was something that was actually going to lead to a big boycott, or the Target one, something like that they considered to be anti-trans or anti, or homophobic, whatever. They literally could just go, boom, anything that has this keyword in it, suppress it. And that way, no one would be able to get word to each other. Nothing's going to trend, none of that stuff. And then so people just wouldn't know about it, and it would have just gone, meow, right? And so no one would have been able to organize and then boycott a big brand and crush them, right? Like, the social media platform, that is how this happened. As soon as the social media platforms enabled people to be able to organize the way they actually feel, this shit immediately crack right down the center. It is a matter of time, But that's how powerful. That's why Elon bought Twitter. Elon knows that. That's why he paid everyone's all like, $54 billion. It doesn't even make any money. It's not about making money, dude. It's not about making money, man. There's going to be ways to make money, but like, it is one of the most powerful positions you could have, is control of Twitter, control of Instagram. Like, literally out of anything in the world, there are very few things that give you more control over society than those things. Anyway, let's see. Let's just go through a few of these chats and then I'll just literally stick my cock up their ass in front of you guys. Hang on, let's see where I want to start here. I love the guy. I love this haircut, dude. You're crazy. This is exactly what I wanted. Hang on. I saw when I wanted to start. I scrolled up. Okay, here we go. Jesse is scared he will be canceled. So Jesse on everything had to go. Sellout, spineless loser. Yep. That's what it was. When I was one strike away from getting kicked off the entire platform, including this channel, for things that made no sense, where I was like, I literally just showed you that this guy said that he had gotten it wrong on the jab. And I got a strike for that. Couldn't take any. And then I'm like, I deleted all the videos and I was like, okay, I deleted all the videos. There's no way I'll get a third strike, right? They're all, well, we can't guarantee that. I was like, so I just deleted the channel. Because it has nothing to do with spineless. It's just, I'm not a fucking retard like you, guy. But let's be honest. The odds of you ever being in a position where you would either have to cancel a channel or not is zero, dude. I'll tell you what, go, start a channel. Just start sharing your thoughts online about pick a topic, dude. Do it for a year. If you can get over 100 subscribers, that'll be a victory for you. You know, you'll never get where I am because you don't have any talent. You're not smart enough. And just by the structure of your comment, I can tell that you are probably either 15 or totally uneducated and going nowhere. Either way, I win in any category that we compare ourselves. So go fuck yourself, pussy. Anyway, so what else we got? You want us all think the Jews reminds you of having their swinging on. Hang on, dude. Ooh, same guy. Good one, dude. Wow. Keep them coming. This is top-notch stuff. Jesse is a kid toucher. This dude, definitely my intellectual equal, you know? Like if he was sitting there in the room, it's lucky he's not, because if he had a microphone also, I would be like, oh my God, he's so quick-witted. He keeps on coming up with these great insults that I can't think of responses to. What do you got next? He's all, Jesse is a kitty toucher. I'm like, I'm a, haha, gotcha. I'm a, that's right. You're a spineless kitty toucher. Fuck, he's good. This guy is ready for the national debate team. Where did you get your information? What? How do you know that I'm a kitty toucher? Because I saw what you did. You saw what I did, huh? Yes. What did I do? You touched kids. Not very good when I just lift under the hood a little bit, huh? That's the best you got, kitty toucher? I'll tell you what. Why don't you go in the bathroom, think about what you did, pull your pants down, take a picture of your little pee-pee, come back and show the people so everyone understands why you're doing what you're doing. Then sit back down, put the dunce cap on, think about it, come up with a much better insult for next time, and we can revisit this. Now, go. Get the fuck out of here, you dumb fuck. You are not smart enough to intellectually bang with me. Beat it. Jeez. Anyway, what else we got? No, I know, but it's so fun, dude. The negativity ones are fun to respond. I'm in the mood for this, actually. What do I think of the Willy Wonka trailer? I actually haven't seen it, dude. I will look that up, though. I know this is a problem for sure. Like last night at the Chappelle place, like there was like all these beer stands and they had Bud Light and like whatever. I literally did not see one person the entire night holding a Bud Light. Not one. Zero. Not one. But what I did see was a lot of people holding Michelob Ultra instead, which, if I'm not mistaken, is Anheuser-Busch also. Straight Shooter, thank you for the $5. Happy birthday. Also, have you watched Alex Pereira's KO in that first LFA match? Yes, but I don't remember it now. I will watch it again, though, for sure. I know, dude. Talking about woke triggers some of these. I know, dude. They're little babies. Little baby. I know, dude. You're right. I should create a different channel with a different email on a different device that has a VPN on it. That's honestly what I should do. I won my first fight and then lost in the semifinals. So I got third. I'm confused by this. Did you win your BJJ fight? Yeah, I won my first one and then lost the second one. In other news, my teammate got their arm broken in the final. They won 3 fights to get to the final, and in the finals, got their arm broken. So it's like fight, you know? Oh, did you win your BJJ fight? Oh, these fake fights where people get their arms broken all the time or joint locked. Hey, why don't you tell me that you have never been in a fight in your entire life without telling me you've never been in a fight in your entire life? I'll tell you what, why don't you come to the gym, dude? You should try it out and see if it feels like you've been in a fight after someone fucks your mouth for 8 minutes any way that they want to, and you're confused and drowning. And I mean, you know, and people take pity on you. And just keep in mind, every time that you tap and they let go, right, over those like 12 times, that if they decided to not be nice and tap, they could have either broken your arm, disjointed you, strangled you to death, or, you know, shattered your ankle. I mean, that's the thing people, I think, don't understand. Like when they're training and they're like, okay, tap, and people let go. It's like, hey, you ever consider what happens if like we were in a parking lot and no one's looking and I didn't want to let go if you tapped? You ever consider what that looks like? You know, oh, your arm is fully extended. Yeah. I have your arm fully extended. So like if I go like this, I'm going to break your arm. Okay, I tap. You're like, oh, no. We're not doing that here. Like, that's not what we're doing. You tried to punch me. There's no tapping. I'm going to break your arm now, fuckhead. You know what I mean? So anyway, fuck you, pussy. Let's go. Went to a church that was teaching they, them shit. Blech. Let's see. What else do we got, dude? Dude, I love explaining to retards that they're retards too, man. I really genuinely do. It's so fun. Jesse, that movie that you watched, which was awesome, it will probably have a follow-up movie, which is totally woke. I'm very confused. I'm not sure which one we're talking about. More Jesse on everything. I like it, dude. Oh yeah, this is done too, dude. This is dumb too. Oh my God, no way. Oh my God. This genius over here that I said, go pull your pants down, take a picture of your little pee-pee, come back here, dunce cap, think about what you did, come up with something better. He came back with triggered small D loser. Hang on. I told you to pull your pants down, go take a picture in the mirror of your little pee-pee. Come back here, dunce cap, sit here, face the wall, think about what you did, come up with a better joke. And you came back with 1/5 of the joke that I just used to donkey fuck you. That's your response? I just used that on you. And it was only like 1/5 of the joke. Good God, man. I mean, obviously this is a mismatch, but like, step it up a little bit, man. Like go on Chat GPT and be like, and type in, what should I say when I am internet battling someone who is 100 times smarter and 10,000 times more clever and talented than me? He said I have a small penis. What should I say back? And just see what Chat GPT says. Hopefully it doesn't block responses, although it probably will. I don't know. But you seem like the kind of guy who would know how to jailbreak ChatGPT because you're super smart, obviously. So, jailbreak ChatGPT, see what it comes up with as a response, and then I'll talk to an AI machine because talking to you, this is a mismatch and it's embarrassing. You are a fucking idiot. What else we got, dude? Hey, Jesse, who do I want GSP to grapple in December? Khabib. Oh my God. You guys, this is so great, dude. Hey, man, my D is bigger than you. You don't win there. My mommy said I have an above average size pee-pee. You didn't win. And I have taken pictures of it. But my mommy took away my cell phone, so I can't send them right now. I'm typing on a computer, but it doesn't have a webcam because my mommy says webcams are for pedophiles to come and creep on me. But I'm 23. I don't need her to protect me from the internet anymore. I have a big penis. This is embarrassing, dude. Do another stand-up routine. I'll tell you, if I were to do a stand-up routine right now, you know what I would do it on? You. Yeah, so the other day I was having a live stream, and it's interesting. When you talk to people in the chat, you never have any idea who's on the other side of the chat. You always just have to basically visualize who you're talking to based on the things that they say. And so, like, as an example, this dude I was talking to who kept on using, like, small percentages of jokes that I used to butt fuck them in front of the entire chat and in front of anybody who was watching. He would like take one of those and then say them back, except in broken English that looks like he's either illiterate or 11. It's like, I am genuinely curious whether I'm talking to a child or a mid-functioning retard who is embarrassing themselves in their chat. The only reason I'm really picking on them is because I'm in the mood to bully a dumb fuck. But since he picked the fight, it's what I'm doing. So I think to myself, how could I help this guy the most? And I got to be honest, I'm drawing a blank. I think this guy is destined for trailer park. It's not that funny when you really think about it. I was trying to do a stand-up routine and I end up making myself sad. I'm sad now. I'm sad. You know who you remind me of, actually? You know who you'd be a great match to hang out with? Have you ever watched any of the footage of the actor who played the Flash? That guy. I think you would be an incredible follower of the dude who played the Flash, the cult leader guy, who's he looks about like you always wonder, like, what kind of person would be a cult follower of a dude like that? You. You'd probably get to lose your virginity too to him. Curtis Fogels Langer, thank you very much. Hey, I already did that one. Yeah, Khabib. Straight Shooter, thank you very much. And Gabrielle says thank you. Happy birthday. Also, have you watched? I already did that one too. My bad. The gift that keeps on giving. Nazi Jesse. Well, I guess we know why he's mad now. Dude. This is what we're dealing with. Like Snow White got rid of all the doors and whatever. He's all like, what? You hate diversity? So what, you like hate diversity? He's so problematic. I'm going to teach him a lesson in the chat. Jesse, you're a Nazi. Pussy. Kitty toucher. Don't pretend like you're laughing, dude. Don't pretend like you're laughing. That's the best. That was the best comeback that you had, was pretending like you were laughing, because you're not. I triggered this weak, pathetic chump manlet. Is that what ChatGPT told you? Dude, you need definitely to upgrade. This is like Chat EPT. They're all, what does the E chant for? They're all, I don't know. It's like off-brand Chat GPT that only an idiot would realize is not actually working. They just play what's it called? the word salad. They just like throw out a bunch of random things and it's like, oh, this is great. It's like only an idiot would not realize that these are terrible responses. But let's look up what manlet means. Height discrimination can also come in the form of a pejorative such as manlet for short. What? Manlet is for short men. Still with the short thing, dude. I'm 5'10", idiot. It's so dumb. That's the dumbest insult ever. Jesse is uglier, shorter, and smaller. Pee-pee. Oh my God. That's just too, I can't even respond. That's so stupid. This is fun though. This is fun. Oh yes. I knew it, dude. I fucking told you guys. I told you guys. This guy's a trumper. That's how you know he's smart. Like you always wonder, like, what, you know, what, who could agree with these things? Like, what kind of person could see this and agree with this? It's like, well, someone who's operating at the level of this guy, you know, this guy's a trumper. LOL. That's how you know he's smart. Yes. Yes. See, this is why when you go to a UFC, like you go to a UFC in Florida and Trump walks in and the whole place, USA, USA, because anyone who's cool is not on your team. Whatever your team is, nerd. Okay. Okay. Now this is just boring. It's too stupid. All right. You think so? You think it's a kid? Probably is a kid, dude. But like, how? I don't know. You know, like, bro, be honest. Do I look like? Hang on. The Combat Sports Central. Be honest. Do I look like an alpha MMA guru? Well, let's find out, bro. Let's find out. How do I go to your channel? I don't know. Combat Sports Central. Let's see. We're going to the Combat Sports Central channel. Thank you for the super chat. We're going to see Alpha Bro. Combat. Oops. Smart super chat, by the way, my friend. I mean, you're not in your videos, dude. Dude, this video's got 29,000 views, though. That looks pretty alpha to me, dude. But yeah, I don't know, because you don't show your face. But having a video with 29,000 views is good, dude. Really good. Excellent work, good sir. Thank you again for the super chat, my man. 29,000 views is alpha as fuck, yo. Let's see. I'm gonna do 2 hours. I'm gonna wrap this in 11 minutes, and then that's not yours. Oh, the Combat Sports Central, dude. I did that one. All right, hang on. Oh, okay. Here you go. I got it. Oh yeah. I didn't realize it was you, dude. Yes. Alex is super alpha. That's the Combat Sports Central, not Combat Sports Central. This is my friend. It's at the Combat Sports Central, Alex, who's super fucking alpha in his car talking MMA. The other guy's hiding behind his screen like a pussy. Thank you for the super chat again. Thank you, Caleb Drunkenmiller. Are you related to the Drunkenmiller who was once a 49ers quarterback? Just joined, might be off topic, but how did you do the IBJJF Austin event? Is there any chance you'll be at Master Worlds in Vegas in September? I don't travel out often, but I'd love to say I might go actually. I hadn't decided if I was going to compete or not in Worlds. Yesterday I got third. I got to semifinals and then lost in my semifinal fight. But yeah. I was up against the number 1 seed and he had a bye, and like I said this earlier, but this is exactly what happened. Like I rolled a turtle, so I rolled a turtle because I do that all the time to like I got really, really proficient at rolling the turtle, and then when people go to take my back, I have a really strong escape from there. And so I did it on purpose. Like if anybody's ever going to pass my guard, that's what I do. I roll the turtle, and then when they try to take my back, I just escape. And but a key part of the escape is I grab their ankle, I peel the hook, and then I explode and put my back on the floor, turn, block their legs so they can't go to mount, and then I wrestle up. And it was my, like I just fought right before that. We went the whole time. I was 4 minutes into the fight, so I was 10 minutes in. This is my like 10th, or just got done with my 10th minute fighting. So at minute 11, dude, when I went to go peel, I didn't realize how gassed I was. I went to go peel his ankle, and my arm just fucking did not work. Like I was like, oh shit. Like I can't do it. Like I can't do it fast and hard enough, against a guy as good as this to escape. But, so I lost in the semis and I got third. But yeah, I might do Master Worlds. I wonder if you can still register. Dude, honestly though, like it's a lot of fights, man. Like to win at Worlds. I mean, I don't know exactly how many fights you have to do, but I would imagine it's probably like 6 or something like that. And good God, dude, I'll die. I might do Nogi though. I'm like in Nogi, I'm a problem for people. That's just Nogi is I'm much more dangerous than in Gi. I would have done Nogi today, but it's Gabrielle's birthday, so what else? Yeah, I mean, you know what team I'm on, right? Like my team that I train with every day is Victor Hugo, Shanji Ribeiro. Victor Hugo is Gordon Ryan in a gi. He's the 3-time consecutive ultra heavy and open weight IBJJF world champion reigning. He won worlds, actually, I don't even know if he did pans, but he won worlds. He won Brazilian nationals. He won worlds last year, won worlds the year before that. Like he's fucking unbeatable in a gi. He's number 1 in the world in a gi without any question. Then Shanji Ribeiro is Shanji Ribeiro. And then Steve Hargett, my other coach, is number 1 pound for pound in the world in Masters 2. But yeah, like with Danaher and who fought yesterday right next to me was Helena Craver. She was in our tournament. Like she was right next to me, like warming up, and then she went out and fought before. If you guys don't know who she is, she's like, dude, she's the Tiger Woods of jiu-jitsu. She's 16. She's already probably the best female grappler in the world, and she's under Danaher, but she's only 16, so she's a fucking blue belt, dude. Like, so she's winning ADCC at age 16. She's 16, and she's winning ADCC events easily, like without ever even being in trouble. And yesterday she's warming up and I look, she's wearing a fucking blue belt. I was like, oh wow, that's fair. It's like, that's super fair. That's exactly what I said. One of my teammates, Mark, who was also fighting, we were both warming up at the same time. And I looked and saw it was Helena. I was like, hey, look, I'm like, that's fair. And she, this girl, the girl she fought did not, she started trying to work her game from the bottom. She immediately pulled guard because Helena's guard is so nasty. And, you know, she did some stuff for about a minute. The second that she got into trouble where Helena was going to pass and she tried to like kind of pull an escape, dude, Helena took her back so fucking fast. She literally took her back, instantly put a body triangle on, and then it was just like, okay, now she's going to choke her. And she did. But yeah. She's a savage, dude. She's going to be a huge star, dude. She's going to be a huge star. She's really pretty, too. Like, she's like a really pretty girl. She's going to be a fucking huge star. She's great at branding herself. You know, like she's already, like she has like, that's how I saw her, was she was like jumping around and like her fucking hair, like her like pigtails were all, and I was like, what the hell? And I looked, I was like, oh shit. What is she doing here, dude? But yeah, so, but yeah, you can't just go train at New Wave. Like New Wave is they train at Roku or Roka, I'm sorry. And they train at Roka and Gracie Henzo Gracie Austin. But there's like, I'm pretty sure there's like Henzo Gracie Austin, and then there's New Wave is like they keep it separate or whatever. But they've got, I mean, they're like, yeah, you don't just like, I don't think you just walk in and go train there, but like, but yeah, I mean, dude, Austin is like, there are so many vicious jiu-jitsu schools in Austin. You have Six Blades where I'm at with Shanji, Victor, Steve, Felipe Costa. He's number 2 in the world in super heavyweight. He won yesterday, obviously. And then there's B Team. You got New Wave. I'm forgetting another really big one. I don't know. Brazilian Top Team is awesome. They've got they have a fuckload of competitors, dude. Anywho, dude, that's super scary. You're lucky you're alive, yo. See, thank you, Ali. I like talking about regular stuff too. All right. I'm gonna wrap it out for 2 hours. I'm gonna go take Gabrielle out for her birthday, and that's what it is. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. Love you guys. Peace.